Welcome to our lesson of Microsoft PowerPoint. In this lesson, we are going to learn about how to create modern Morph animated slides by using the tools of Microsoft PowerPoint. Well, Microsoft PowerPoint has that, capability to make really good and professional grade presentations or like projects. Okay, so we are going to use the tools of Microsoft PowerPoint to make that presentation and also some modern animation slide by using this. So without any further ado, let's just jump into the lesson. And first off, what we're going to do is open up a couple of resources and also a couple of things which we need to do before we are, ending this project or have the final result. First off, what we're going to do is click on our first slide and make sure to use the newest version of Microsoft, Office. I'm using Microsoft 365 edition. Make sure to use the newest version because the older ones might have like a lot of bug fixes, like a lot of bugs. So you are going to get the bug fixes in the new ones. And also you are going to have a lot of new tools in the newest edition. Now what we're going to do is going to be making in or using in our layer. So first of all, I'm going to click on layout. I'm going to do is click on blank because I'm going to edit our photo over here or place our photo over here. So I'm going to click on insert, click on pictures from this device. So let's say I'm going to be using this one. Okay, I'm going to click on this and you will see the photo is applied and I'm going to use this photo. Okay, I'm going to click on over here. I'm going to first is crop it out a bit. What I'm going to do is alt and zoom out, which you can see. I'm going to do is zooming out from over here too, which is like totally doable. So after you're done, just press on crop if you are done with it. But if you are not, you can keep it over here and you will see when it reaches the line, it will make that red line. After you're done, just click on crop and your photo has been cropped. Okay. Next thing what we're going to do is going to be adding in a couple of contents, okay, such as shapes, which is going to make the modern morph animation. So to do that, what we're going to do is going to be adding in a couple of shapes. First I'm going to do is click on insert and I'm going to go over to shapes. Click on shapes. I'm going to do is click on this rectangle. I'm going to do is add in our shape. Okay, I'm going to do is keep it somewhere around here. And this looks a lot more perfect. I'm going to do is going to be keep it somewhere around here and also keep it somewhere around here. Now I'm going to do is rotate it. I'm going to do is keep it somewhere. Okay, I'm going to do is increase the size a bit more. Let's say I'm going to do is keep its size a bit more like this. I'm going to do is zoom out. Now as I have it, now I'm going to do is go over the selection panel or go over shape format. From here, what you're going to do is double click on it or go over the selection pane and you will have that section which is going to be rectangle 5. But if you want to add in more effect, you can also do that. You can see this is like a couple of shape effects you can use. First you can do is, let's say I'm going to go over to presets and all of those. But if you want to change the fill shape, I'm going to go over there. Now let's say I'm going to do is add in some texture or gradient, whichever one you want to use. Let's say I'm going to click on no fill. You can see this is how it will look like. This has literally no fill now. So I'm going to do is going to be keep it to be transparent instead of that. So I'm going to do is click on shape fill and keep it to be white. But next thing what we're going to do is going over the properties and then change this into something like obviously, which is going to make it a lot more better. So I'm going to do is keep it around like this, but you can also keep the photo in a shape and then apply it. Okay, so I'm going to do is press on Ctrl Z. I'm going to press on this and you can see I have my result. But if you want to do that, you can also do that. Okay, which I just said, you can keep the photo in a shape. I'm going to do is delete and I'm going to insert the shape first. Okay, I'm going to click on this rectangle. I'm going to do is make our shape over here, which looks a lot more better. I'm going to do is keep it somewhere around here as I already have it. I'm going to do is keep it like this. I'm going to do is resize it. Okay, I'm going to get an exact result when I keep it like this. I'm going to do is right click on it. I'm going to do is add in our photo. Okay, so if you want to add in your photo, just click on this shape and go over the shape outline or shape fill. Then you will find this picture option. Click on, let's say from a file. I'm going to do is select the photo. Now you will see it will have the photo over here and this looks a lot perfect. Now I'm going to do is click on it and I'm going to do is select it on send backwards, even though if it's like totally backward. Now the next thing what we're going to do is going to be adding in next shapes. So I'm going to do is click on rectangle, do the same thing. I'm going to do is apply it over here. I'm going to rotate it a bit more and keep it like this. Now I'm going to do is go over intersect. I'm going to click on it, merge shape, go to intersect. You can see how it looks like. I'm gonna do is click on intersect. Okay, but if you don't want to do that, what you're gonna do is going to be keeping it like this, and then keep it over here. Okay, just click on it and then cut it up so that you don't need it later on. But next thing we're gonna do is select it so that it looks a lot more, let's say, transparent. So to do that, what you're gonna do is go to shape, like shape fill, and then go over to no fill. You will see this option, and if you want no like outlines, click on it. Click on no outlines, as I have no outlines now. I'm gonna do is click on white, and I'm gonna do is double click on it and go over to picture or eyedropper tool if you want to change the color. So from here, I'm gonna do is to decrease the transparency or increase the transparency so that it is a lot visible. And I can see that I have my transparencies to be something like this. I'm gonna keep it like this, and I'm gonna do is make more copies of it. But instead, what we're gonna do is going to be fixing our shapes to be something like this. Okay, I'm gonna keep it somewhere around like this and keep it a bit above. And next thing what I'm gonna do is change the color a bit so that I can differentiate each and every one of them. Let's say I'm gonna do is keep it somewhere like this. I'm gonna do is make another copy and paste it around like this. But next thing I'm gonna do is keep it somewhere here. I'm gonna do the same thing over here so that it doesn't extend that much. I'm gonna do is keep it over here so that it is perfectly aligned. And I can see how it looks like. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Now, as all of them are done, the next thing what we're gonna do is going to be making more changes. Okay, I'm gonna paste or align it wherever I need it. Just keep it around here, keep it around here. I'm gonna do is go over to gradient fill, and I'm gonna do is click on it, and first of all I'm gonna do is change the color. Let's say I'm gonna do is keep it somewhere like this and somewhere like this. And if you want to add in shadows, you can also do that. I'm gonna do is keep it somewhere like this. And I'm gonna go over there and fix the transparency. Can see how it looks like. I'm gonna fix up these parts too. Can see, keep it at the corners so that it's not visible. Can see how it looks like. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one too. Go over to gradient fill, fix up the same thing. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I'm gonna go over to gradient fill. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And after I'm done, what we're gonna do is cut it and like group all of them together. Right click on it or press on Ctrl G. Now all of them has been grouped. The next thing what we're gonna do is going to be adding in that content or adding in that animation. To do that, what we're gonna do is going to be clicking on insert, okay, or going over to animation or transition. First of all, we're gonna do is add in the animation. Click on add animation. First of all, I'm gonna do is going to be fly in or zoom in. Okay, I'm gonna do is add in fly in. Okay, fly in. I don't want it to fly in from there, so I'm gonna do is effect option from the left. You can see how it looks like. But what I'm gonna do is add in a bit of delay. So I'm gonna go over to animation pane, right click on it. I'm gonna do is start with previous or start, like click on start. I'm gonna go over to timing. Now let's say I'm gonna do is duration to be very fast. I'm gonna keep it to be medium and repeat, let's say none. Okay, I'm gonna click it on delay to be 1.5. I'm gonna do is add in triggers. Okay, if you want more like this, let's say I'm gonna do smooth start, smooth end, bounce ends. Okay, press on OK, and you will see how it will actually look like. It's gonna have a delay, and this is how it will look like. Okay, so this is how you'll be able to make it. The next animation what I'm gonna put is going to be the photo. So I'm gonna do is, let's say I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna duplicate the slide. I'm gonna add the effect over here, but here I'm gonna do is going to be right click on it. Let's say I'm gonna add an animation over here. I wanted to zoom in a bit more, but I'm gonna do is obviously zoom in a bit more, just like I said. Keep it somewhere like this. This is going to be how it's going to look like. I'm gonna right click on it. I'm gonna go over to insert or go over to design or shapes. I'm gonna click on shapes or select on it, and I'm gonna do is crop it out. I'm gonna go over to animation first or transition. I'm gonna go over to morph. Okay, you can see how it looks like. But if you don't want that, you can also keep it somewhere like this. I'm gonna go over picture format or like shape format. I'm gonna click on it. shape format. This is a shape, which you can see from over here. I'm gonna do is cut it out or zoom it in. I'm gonna do is right click on it. I'm gonna edit the points. I'm gonna keep it somewhere around here, or maybe like keep it wherever you want it to be. And after you're done, just click on OK, and you are good to go. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do is click on this. I'm gonna go to F5, and you will see that the animations will appear like this. Okay, this is how it will look like. Now what I'm gonna do is going to be adding in more effect over here. So I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna first off right click on it and go over to shape format and see if I want to make more changes. But if you don't want to make any more changes, what I'm gonna do is double click on it, and you will be able to add an effect over here. Or let's say I'm gonna add in the text over here. So go over to insert, click on text box. I'm gonna do is make my text box over here, which I'm going to make it appear. So I'm gonna do is keep it over here. Let's say I'm gonna type in our text. Let's say this is the animated morph slide. You can see this is the animated morph slide. Click on it, change the font. Let's say I'm gonna do is keep it Arial black, increase the font size. Now as I have it, click on enter or press on Ctrl Z if you're done. And I'm gonna do is group them all together. Click on it and do the same thing, which is going to be something like this. Group them together, Ctrl G. And I'm gonna do is go over to F5. You can see this is how it will look like. I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna press on OK. I'm gonna do is click on this, which is going to be the same thing. Put in the animation over here, which is going to be similar to this one. Press on Ctrl G, and this one all together. Group them together, Ctrl G. But if it doesn't work, what you have to do is apply that effect or apply the animation over here too. Click on animation, go to animation pane, then add animation, fly in from the left, and now you can see it has been applied. I'm going to go over it like this from the left. Now you can see how it looks like. So now you know how you'll be able to make an animated slide design or morph animated slide design by using the tool of Microsoft PowerPoint. So hope you understood everything about this lesson. If you didn't understand a part, please let us know and we will guide you through the process.